Well, first off, congratulations on not letting those corporate chuckleheads walk all over you. Taking legal action is a big step, kind of like deciding to eat at a buffet in pants with questionable elastic. You know it's going to be messy, you might regret it later, but damn it, you deserve some justice. And while I'm legally obligated to tell you that I'm not a lawyer and this is not legal advice, what I offer is a roadmap, a sort of fraud case for dummies guide, if you will, to help you navigate this legal labyrinth. We'll be arming you with the knowledge to fight back, because as much as we love mocking the absurdity of the legal system, sometimes you got to fight fire with, well, a strongly worded letter from your lawyer. Buckle up, because things are about to get litigious. First things first, you need to build a case. And no, a strongly worded tweet storm, while cathartic, doesn't count. We're talking cold, hard evidence. Think of yourself as a detective, but instead of a trench coat and a fedora, you've got a stack of receipts and a furrowed brow. Gather everything, contracts, emails, invoices, that napkin you scribbled a promise on. If it's relevant, keep it. And for the love of all that is good in this world, document everything. Keep a detailed log, noting dates, times, names, and what went down. Remember, in the legal world, if it isn't documented, it basically didn't happen. This isn't just about refreshing your memory, it's about building an airtight case that would make even the most cunning lawyer say, well, damn, they've got us there. Now that you've got your detective hat on, it's time to put on your law student glasses, which, let's be honest, are probably just as unattractive. You need to understand the legal definition of fraud, which, spoiler alert, can be as clear as mud. It varies from place to place, but generally involves some form of deception, misrepresentation, or other shady dealings. Don't worry, you don't need to enroll in law school just yet. There are resources available to help you understand the basics. Look up consumer protection laws in your area, familiarize yourself with the relevant regulations, and get a feel for the legal landscape. Think of it as learning a new language, except instead of ordering a croissant in Paris, you're learning how to say "you can't do that, you absolute scoundrel" in legalese. Okay, here's where things get real. As much as we love a good DIY project, some things are best left to the professionals. Unless you're secretly a legal whiz who spends their weekends arguing contract law for fun, you're going to need a lawyer. Specifically, one who specializes in fraud or consumer protection. They are your spirit guides in this legal hellscape, your Virgil leading you through the 9 circles of courtroom drama. The good news is, many lawyers offer free initial consultations. This is your chance to lay out your case, get a feel for their vibe, and ask all the burning questions you have. Do they think you have a case? What are the potential costs? And most importantly, can they explain legal jargon in a way that doesn't make your eyes glaze over? All right, before you go full Law and Order and start picturing yourself delivering a killer closing argument, take a breath. Sometimes the best way to win a fight is to avoid it altogether. Before you unleash the legal kraken, consider sending a formal demand letter. Think of it as a strongly worded letter, but with fancier stationery and a legal professional's stamp of approval. Outline your grievances, what you want to resolve the issue, and be open to negotiation. You might be surprised. Companies often prefer to settle out of court, if only to avoid the bad PR of being publicly shamed for their fraudulent ways. So you tried the diplomatic approach, and it went about as well as a peace treaty negotiated via interpretive dance. Time to take this show to court. First, you need to figure out which court has jurisdiction over your case. This is where things can get a bit complicated, as different courts handle different types of cases. Once you've found the right court, it's time to draft your complaint. This isn't just a strongly worded email to your nemesis. It's a legal document outlining the facts of your case, your claims of fraud, and what you seek as a remedy. Make sure it's clear, concise, and follows the court's rules. Once that's done, file it with the court, pay the filing fees, and brace yourself. The legal battle has officially begun. You filed your complaint, you've paid your dues, now it's time to let the defendant know they're officially in the legal hot seat. This isn't as simple as sending a text message saying you've been served. You need to follow proper legal procedures, which often involve a process server or certified mail. This ensures the defendant receives the complaint and summons, giving them official notice of the lawsuit. It's all very official and procedural, but hey, that's the legal system for you. It's like a very serious, very expensive game of tag, and you've just tagged the defendant. Game on. Chapter 7. Prepare for court time to polish your legal sword. Just because you've served the defendant doesn't mean it's time to relax. The legal battle has just begun, and like any good warrior, you need to be prepared. Keep gathering evidence, because you can never have too much. This might involve tracking down witnesses, getting expert opinions, or digging up even more incriminating documents. Practice presenting your case clearly and concisely, anticipating the defendant's arguments and counter-arguments. Think of it as a chess match, but instead of moving pieces on a board, you're moving evidence and arguments in a courtroom. This is it, the moment you've been waiting for, your day in court. Show up on time, dressed to impress and ready to present your case. Be respectful to the judge, even if they look like they haven't slept since the invention of caffeine, and be prepared to answer their questions. Present your evidence clearly and confidently, addressing the defendant's arguments with well-reasoned counterpoints. This is your chance to tell your story, to show the court why you deserve justice. It can be nerve-wracking, but remember, you've prepared for this. You've got the evidence, you've got the law on your side, and you've got the righteous anger of 1,000 wronged consumers fueling your fight. Now go out there and get them. The trial is over. You've presented your case, and now you wait. The judge will consider the evidence, the arguments, and probably take a long, hard nap before issuing a ruling. This can take days, weeks, or even months, depending on the complexity of the case and the judge's schedule. Be patient. Justice may be blind, but it's also notoriously slow. If you're lucky, the judge will rule in your favor, but be prepared for the possibility of an appeal. Congratulations, you won. The judge saw through the defendant's flimsy arguments and ruled in your favor. Justice has prevailed. Now what? Well, if you've been awarded damages, it's time to collect. This is the part where you get to say, "Pay up, sucker." Of course, it's not always that simple. The defendant might drag their feet, appeal the decision, or even claim they can't pay. Don't worry, you've come this far, you're not giving up now. You've got the law on your side, and you've got the tenacity of a honey badger protecting its honey. You'll get what's owed to you, even if it takes another courtroom battle. So there you have it, a crash course in launching a fraud case. It's not for the faint of heart, but as we've learned, sometimes you have to fight fire with fire, or in this case, fraud with a lawsuit. Remember, knowledge is power, and now you're armed with the information to navigate the legal system and fight for what's right. Just remember, even if you don't win every battle, every step you take towards holding corporations accountable is a victory in itself. And hey, if all else fails, there's always the court of public opinion. Twitter might not be a courtroom, but it can be a powerful tool for exposing corporate wrongdoing. Subscribe to our channel for more tips.